Hey, this is Jamey, and I'd like to address an issue that so many business owners have, and that is declining reimbursements. What do we do? Well, if you're on the state level, if you're involved in your state association, then of course you can lobby, you can go to DC. I've done that. You can lobby your Congress people. You can try to leverage, if you have a ton of locations or a huge group, you can try to leverage with insurance companies to pay you more. But here's the reality. Except for Medicare, which, as you know, reduced their percent reimbursement by 8%, insurance companies are a for-profit business. And their job is to try to reduce the amount of money that they pay out so they can keep that money for themselves. I mean, that's the business, right? Make more than you spend. So what I want to share with you is just a couple things you can do as a small private practice owner that isn't about hoping and waiting for insurance companies to all of a sudden pay us more money, because they're not going to. But there's a lot of things you can do in your business. One of the most obvious things you can do is make sure that your team is billing properly. I have done a lot of analyses on businesses that if you look at the units people are billing, the units vary depending on the type of people that they're seeing. So you want to make sure that you are that your team is billing the most appropriate units, and not for some reason not billing appropriately because, I don't know, they feel bad or whatever the case is. There's a lot of money that goes out the door. Another thing you can do, and again, this is a pretty obvious one, you want to increase your utilization. Utilization is productivity. It's a number of patients that could be in your office compared to the number of open slots that you have. Now, I always recommend that to have a sound business, you need 85%. If you have 85% utilization, assuming, let's say you're making, I don't know, between $80 to $100 a visit, regardless of your model, you should be able to make good money. The average clinic that I see, when I do an analysis, they're in the 60s. That means you are paying your staff, because you're already paying them, to be only 60-something% busy. So you have 20% increase. That means if you have 20% more patients, more patient visits, you'll make more money, but you won't have to pay more money in expenses because you're already paying it. So that can help offset your cash flow and offset the declining reimbursements by being more efficient. Those are two things that you can do right now. Make sure you increase the efficiency in the number of visits, and make sure you are billing properly, and especially your team is billing properly. Take a look at those metrics and see what is going on. I'll give you one more bonus thing that you can do to help with declining reimbursements. So many times we are developing plans of care because there is direct access. A lot of times a doctor isn't determining the plan of care, we are. And so many people that come out of school are not educated on how to do that. So it's up to us, the owner, to educate our team on the appropriate plan of care for a particular diagnosis. So take a look at how many visits, this is a metric, how many visits per new patient are you seeing on average? And is that number above or below or at the range that you want? So for us, when I did that, when I had my practices, we saw between 11 and 12 visits per new patient. Well, there was people that came on and worked for me that was like down to 8 or 9. That is thousands upon thousands of dollars of money. So if we can just become more efficient in our business, we can offset declining reimbursements by looking at the areas that we're leaking money. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Be happy to help you.